Welcome to How Ines Rolls. It has been a while that I've done a recipe with you. So let's get started doing some of my very favorite cookie recipe. Let's get started. Are you like me? You like to have cookies on hand, but you don't always want to bake them. So I like having them in bulk, and I like to put them in the freezer and individually wrapped so that the kids can put them into their lunch boxes, or if they want, or Paul or anybody in the house could just go pick one up from the back freezer, and now they have a freshly made cookie. It is so good. And so the ones that I'm going to show you today are oatmeal chocolate chip. Raise your hand if you love oatmeal chocolate chip. Woo, woo, I love it. So good. And it is so easy to do. So this recipe comes to me, I've had it for like over a decade, maybe even longer. And I think it's the Ghirardelli. Am I saying that right? Ghirardelli? Doesn't sound like it's saying it right. I don't know, but it is their recipe. So it is so good. And I like to just do it really easy too. So I'm going to show you just how I do it as easily as possible, and it still comes out really good. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be adding the recipe as we go. So that way you get your pencils and your paper ready. If you want to make this recipe, you'll start seeing the ingredients right here. So let's get started. We need some butter and some sugars. So let's do this. All right, we're starting off with 2 sticks of butter. So this is gonna have a lot of butter, you guys. And my tip is I always put them out on the counter. I like working with room temperature butters. So it's also a good reminder for me. So I'll tell myself, okay, I'm gonna make some cookies, and I just leave the butter on the counter. And then when I take a good look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do it. And so it's a good reminder. So 2 sticks of butter, and then we're going to do a 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And we're gonna need to get some white sugar in there. And so that is just a 1/2 cup of white sugar. So what we're doing here is blend, blend, blend. All right, once that's creamed up together, we wanna add an egg, 1 egg. I have some salt. You're gonna need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We'll need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm just using my 1/2 teaspoon here. So I'm just using actually like one utensil, right, to do all the measuring. I love it. We're gonna do a little bit of nutmeg, so just 1/4 teaspoon. Nutmeg tends to be very bold in taste, so we don't need that much. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, baking soda in oatmeal, like in baked items, go together. So almost every time you'll have an oatmeal something, you're always gonna have some baking soda added. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. And you know me, whoops. I love adding a little extra vanilla into my recipe. So now we're just gonna blend that in. So this is like step 2. So let's call this step 3, and that's just adding a cup of flour. So I'm using, like I've been telling you lately, is kamut flour. And so I just wanted to show you up close what this kamut flour looks like. It kind of just looks like a more yellowy flour. It's not like maybe, or an unbleached flour, and it is super soft. And this is even organic, so it's super good. And we haven't been noticing that much of a difference, if at any at all, to regular flour. So it is such a good win for a substitution if you're doing something gluten-free. And even if you're just trying to eat a little bit healthier, it's good for you too. So we're adding 1 cup of flour. I did say this was step 3, correct? So now we have a really good creamy mixture that we're going to start adding the oats and the chocolate chips to. So we're gonna do 3 cups of this and 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. Let me know down below what kinds of chocolate chips you use the most, milk or semi-sweet. So we're just going to blend that in with our mixer, the 3 cups of oats and 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. Just give it a little light blend. And this is what you have to start working with, this yummy, delicious looking dough. So I've preheated my oven at 375 and we're going to be baking these for about 10 minutes. So let's start putting them on the pans, shall we? I always line mine with foil, so it's just an easy cleanup. And when you're trying to get things cooked on the weekends or whenever you're making cookies, you kind of want to do these as fast as possible and try to get them wrapped up fast as possible because little hands are going to start coming and enjoying them. So let's get these on our pans. Before I put them on the pan, I wanted to show you that I made these little mini muffins. I showed you, if you watched the haul, these are these little packets that I got from Walmart. This one was the gluten-free blueberry ones, and these are the strawberries. Family loved them. And the gluten-free ones were really good, Paul said. So all I do is I just take that spoon that I was working with and just make some good sized little cookies to bake. I like a good sized cookie, so no little minis on these little oatmeal ones. And these are ready to go into the oven. While they're cooking, I'm just gonna clean up the mess. All right, these just came out, so they're super hot. My kitchen smells delicious, and it's like something with the oatmeal and the chocolate chips and all that spices. It's like of a good fall recipe, you know what I mean? So these are just gonna come to, where they're not so hot and they'll start to form. Right now they're ultra gooey, which wouldn't be a bad thing over ice cream, just saying. But we're gonna let these firm up and then we'll have to try them. All right, I have Ezra here to taste test with me. Look how tall he is. I'm just kidding, he's standing on a chair, but still growing every single day. Now, do you want to tell everybody what sport you're playing now?
I'm playing soccer.
He's playing soccer and it's so fun. So maybe we'll take you along and show you some of his practices or for games coming up. But he is the one in our family who loves these cookies. Which cookies are we talking about?
Oatmeal chocolate chip.
Oatmeal chocolate chip. Woo woo. Let's eat. How is it?
Good.
Crunchy, soft in the middle, lots of chocolate chips in there. They make wonderful gifts. If you ever need a gift for a cookie to give to a neighbor or a coworker, they're delicious and easy to make. I think it was like 4 steps, right guys, before I started baking them? Easy. So I hope you enjoyed the video and making the recipe. Let me know down below what your favorite cookie is and if you think you'll try making these. So thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. Easy cooking, easy baking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.